Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I pray you're doing well wherever you are. Sending you the purest of love and light. Remember, we are blessed and highly favored. God is for us. And because He's for us, who can be against us? So, with this, if this is your first time, I welcome you, returning soul tribers, new soul tribers. Thank you for your continuous love and your support. I really do truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see what's in store for us. What's an on-time message for the soul tribers? Shift. So wrong way, this way. So whatever it is, if this is your career, it's your career. It says taking your career in a totally different direction. And it says have the courage to change course, continue to grow, change and learn. So for some of you, some of us, it says you reach the end of a route where you cannot continue traveling. So it's making a decision, it's making a change. Again, for a lot of us, change is not easy, is it? But like it says, is having the courage to change course. Because maybe what you're doing, it's not working. So it's making that tough decision to whether it's to leave a career, leave a relationship. Again, it's just leaving behind what is no longer serving you. So it's, yeah, and look at the back, it says change. Wow. It says there's a change for the better coming your way. And it says just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. And if you are resisting change, then that is blocking the good things that God wants to give you. Wow. Yeah, definitely. So there's a change in the wind. There's a shift. Leaving one thing to embark on another situation. Yeah, look, loss. A major phase in your life is ending. Embrace newness. Let go of what was so you can focus your energy on what is ahead of you. So the grief of loss continues to be an obstacle. So like anything else, is like when we, wow, but at the back, look, luck. And isn't this like St. Patrick's? I'm recording this on St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, so anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. If you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundance mindset. So your perspective is stifling your growth and stomping on your luck. So again, it's when we're open to change, then different things can flow in our life. But again, it's acknowledging the loss as well, because it's not only when someone dies that we have a loss, but if you have to move from where you were living, move from people you know, change positions, change a job, where you have to step out of your comfort zone, it's still a grieving process. And for anyone who have had to travel, pick up and leave your families, your friends, it's not easy. It's not easy. But look, silence. Wow. Moving in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. Wow. So yeah, so some of us have definitely learned this kind of lesson, to move in silence, or you're doing this now, or you're encouraged to do so. It's like loose lips sink ships. It's like what the enemy does not know, the enemy cannot attack. But for a lot of us, it's like it's us. We are our worst enemies. It's like having no filter between our brain and our mouth. We're telling people things that they have no business knowing. Because for a lot of people, as soon as you share your idea with them, they're either going to steal it or they're going to try to create some blockages in your way. And then when they see things don't work out, then they behave as if they're supporting you, when in fact knowing that they are the ones who created the roadblocks for you. So again, it could even be a way of thinking, a way of living, that we need to shift our perspective as to how we move when it comes to certain people in our lives, because they're really not supporting us. They're hurting us. So you're encouraged to move in silence at this time. Move in silence. Again, they cannot stop us from shining. I'm putting it back. Yeah, move in silence. Put that padlock on that lips. Stop oversharing. I mean, that is the thing. It's like sometimes you share your dreams with people. Some people are dream killers. They abort your mission, your purpose. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Move in silence. Wow. And at the back here it says soul tribe. So a lot of you're attracting your soul tribe who will now come into your life to help you. So as you make this shift, again, this shift could be you leaving behind people, places, and things that no longer serve you, or you outgrow those relationships. Like it says here, you'd be open to grow, to evolve, to change, and to learn new things. Sometimes we do outgrow people. We just don't see eye to eye on that level. And even though sometimes people or a job, they may make us feel guilty when we need to make those changes, is like sometimes we are the ones who really, at the end of the day, we have to make those tough decisions for ourselves. Because is this serving me? Because again, it's like you outgrowing something, a clothing or shoe, and you're still stuffing yourself inside of it. You're only hurting yourself. So yes, change is never easy, but it's about obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Yeah, for a lot of you're self-made. So it says you will become successful or rich by your own efforts. Sometimes you must be obsessed in order to be successful, and you're utilizing your own strengths and advantages. So yeah, so a lot of you're self-made. Like the song by Fantasia, sometimes you have to lose to win again. And that is whether in career, in romantic or platonic connections. Because sometimes we stay in one place thinking this is it, this is the best thing, and not realizing that there is something better. And it's when we take that faith move, that bold move, then after we're like, wow, we're happy we made that. But at first it's very scary. I wouldn't, of course I have to acknowledge that it's very scary. But it's especially when you're doing what God says, there is no way that you're going to lose. Because if God says it, He will do it. So a lot of you are small or business owners. Whether you have a small business or you're out there, but you're self-made in the sense that you got it out the mud. This is your blood, sweat, and tears. And for a lot of you, some of you, with having this career change, this is something that you're gonna have to walk away from. Because the truth is that a lot of us is like you're planters. So it's like you plan something, maybe you leave it for somebody else to carry on, or it's just time to close that chapter. So under the loss, it could also be moving away from something that you create, because divine God says it's time to move on. Yeah, under the silence card, it says it's activation. You're activating your soul purpose and receiving gifts. Awaken your soul and tap into your ancestral memory and inner wisdom. So yeah, it's like for where you're going, it's like for some of you this is happening, maybe this already happened, but it's like an activation where your soul's purpose, it's like you're recalling what you're here for, or God is downloading or imparting this knowledge inside of you as to why you're here. And so your soul is awakening as you tap into this thing, because for a lot of you, where you're going, maybe there are people in your lineage whom you never met. Some of them you have, but you're going to realize that new skills, new talents, new gifts and abilities, they're going to come to you. It's like people are going to say, I didn't know you could do that. For a lot of you, you're going to surprise yourself too, because you didn't know you could do that. Wow, that's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, change is not easy, but it's one of the only thing that is constant in our life. And yes, like many other things, it's mourning it and moving on. But it's like when you leave somewhere, it doesn't finish, because you still carry those memories with you. You still have those experiences to share with others as well. So it's just another chapter. It doesn't end, it doesn't die. It's the connections that you make as well. It's the connections that you make along the way. Wow, and two cards came out in this particular order: Hierophant and then the Nine of Wands. So with the Nine of Wands, it talks about the wounded warrior. So you have been through a lot. A lot of you, a lot of us, we've been through a lot. And it's like you never quit. You don't quit. Knock you down 9, you're gonna knock you down 10, you're gonna get back up. You're gonna get back up. You're resilient. Knock you down 9, you get back up 10. Bandage up, wounded and all. So it's like a lot of you, it's the shift from what is no longer serving you. For a lot of you, it is something that's been burdensome. And it's like this is the time for you to step into your purpose as this Hierophant, as this leader, this teacher, this motivator, this spiritual guru. It's like your purpose is calling you as a leader. It's like your purpose is here. And so as you make a shift, again, wrong way, this way. So at the end of the day too, we still have a choice. So it's kind of like you can still stay here, be wounded, continue under the stress of what is no longer serving you, or you can step into your calling. Yeah, because see, at the back of the deck, it's the Eight of Swords. It's like you can stay there in doubt, self-imprisonment, but really being a victim. You're really not bound. You're really not bound. It's like you can set yourself free if you want to. So it's like it's having that choice. You can either stay here and fight by yourself, or you can be willing, listen to God, and meet your soul tribe, your soul family. So we have a choice. We have a choice. Wow. The moon. Yeah. So it's like, it's the things that we don't know. You know, with the loss, it's the moon, it's the unknown. For some of you, you're intuitive and you know what this is all about. This loss that you're taking. Sometimes God doesn't tell us everything, reveal himself to us, all the secrets that and all the plans he has for us, but little by little he will expose it to us. And this is why he says that I know the plans I have for you. It's like, yeah, at the back here, the Page of Swords is the things that we don't know. It's like what is hidden is this new start of creativity, of inspiration. Wherever you go, you're gonna have to start from, you know, introduction. Start from the ground. So yes, it's like little is much when God is in it. So maybe it's gonna be something that's online, something that's creative, but you're gonna start out. So this is what you don't know. Some of you do know. And based on what it is here that you're gonna work on, at first you may not know it, but you're gonna get this inspiration, this message. You're called to be somebody. You're probably gonna even be working by yourself. Look, Four of Cups is like, don't miss your blessing, because sometimes we stay too long in those mourning clothes and we miss our blessings. We miss an opportunity. It's like, don't let this opportunity pass you by. This cup is coming straight from the hand of God. And sometimes we get so bogged down looking at the things that we've lost that we don't look at the thing or the things that's ahead of us. Or we're mad at God. Have you ever been mad at God because you didn't get your way? Kind of like being that 2-year-old and you're pouting. And God is like, here. And we drown it out and we miss an opportunity. So divine is saying, don't miss your blessing. Like I said, little is much when he's in it. It's like, don't worry. Yes, even though you're going to have to start out from a page, a novice, especially if this is something new. This is new. So it's like, don't worry about it. God is saying, I have your back. I have your back. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Still loving, still caring. So again, guys, this is an energy. Move in silence as you're getting these messages, as you're awakening to what divine has in store for you. It's like, move in silence. Don't overshare. Because for a lot of you, this is like matters of the heart. Things that are close to us. This is our emotions, our feelings. And so for a lot of you, a lot of us, again, like we saw with the cup, the Four of Cups, this is something that is given to us from God, that is activated, it's passed down to us. So in this cup that you have to offer with the Hierophant, it reminds me of like communion. You know, it's like the blood. So whatever it is that you're doing, it is going to be big. You're called to do, it is going to change lives. And for a lot of you too, with the cup, like I like to say confirmation in a lot of my messages, you are better, not bitter. Because as I mentioned earlier, for a lot of you, a lot of us, you're learning to not overshare. Because you have done that in the past and you've gotten your heart broken. Disappointment, betrayal, but yet still you're still loving. Is like People may think that you're not because they're used to you oversharing, but it's just that no, yeah, because we are right behind it here, the Queen of Cups with the Ten of Wands. In the past, you have overshared and it left you burdened, stressed, wounded. Again, on a lot of swords, we have the Nine of Swords over there too, and then we have the Ten of Swords. So it's like you accumulate a lot of stress and burdens just by you thinking that everybody is honest, by trusting people with your heart, your ideas. And it's like, no, Spirit is saying whatever these activations, whatever these downloads, whatever insight that you're getting during this time, it's like keep them to yourself. It's like if Joseph brothers did not know his dream, they probably would not have hurt him. But again, it was meant to be that way because it's there for us to learn that even the same people that you grow up with, they can be your enemies as well. Some wanted to kill him. I mean, all they could do was downgrade it to selling him off into slavery, which is just as bad. It just caused a lot of problem when you overshare, when you were too, I mean, like you care too much as to what people are going to think or say. You thought the naivety of thinking that people were on your side or they're going to support you, when all they did was they left you more burden, more stress. Yeah, at the back, look, it's the King of Pentacles here. So yeah, it's like, again, little is much when God is in it, right? So this is where you're gonna go. When you do God's work, God takes care of you. Because see, with the Nine of Wands, you have been through a lot. You've learned a lot of lessons. You have learned to heal yourself. So with the Hierophant, it's like you will be teaching, guiding, helping people how to heal themselves, how to bounce back, how to encourage themselves, how to pour back into themselves, and also to come into their own life purpose. So you will be a guiding light to help others. And in that, like again, your pain becomes your purpose, and your purpose will in turn becomes a profit for you, Profit, yes. So you can live from that. So this is how it says, you know, like with Joseph, what the enemy meant for evil, God work it out for your good. Because in turn, say you write that book, you'll be able to sell the book, you can make a profit. You'll be able to share your story in whatever career of you, teaching, helping others. And you'll be able to live from off of your pain. Wow. Yeah, it's like Seven of Wands. Protect this. Protect this. And also knowing that you are protected as well. And see, again, it's like here, I love this card too because you're on top. So it's like the enemies or the attackers below, they cannot touch you. They can't touch you. So for a lot of you, it's losing something, moving into something else, even though you don't know. Like the song says, even when I can't see him, he's working. Is moving forward with this new passionate idea. But it's like when you know that God says it, he will do it, is moving by faith. And this is why you moving in silence, because you share, when you share this little seed with other people, they can, if you're not careful, they can talk you out of it. They can steal your ideas. Spirit is saying, protect this. This is like your baby, protect this. This is like your pregnancy. And this is why a lot of people, they don't share, period, when they're pregnant. Or they don't share until they're over that first trimester. Because inquiring minds, they want to know. It's like, protect this. Absolutely. And look, the Three of Pentacles. This is definitely work. This is teamwork, collaboration. And we saw the card there with your soul tribe as well. This is you working with people who will support you, build you up, right? Edify you. They want to see you succeed, not the crab in a barrel mentality. Not over there where you had to leave, make that shift from. And sometimes some of us choose to stay in what is comfortable, even though we're miserable. But the only reason why we have people who are successful or world changers, it's because they were willing to step out of the norm. It's like the diaper is messy, but I'm gonna stay in it because this is what I know, this is what I'm used to. Or you have people who are encouraging you to stay in this situation when you know God is calling you to do something else. Well, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to give account as to how you spend your time, how you use your time. Yeah, and at the back here, it's the world. Yeah, it's the world. For a lot of you, a lot of us, this is you and divine helping to close out a chapter, to close out a part, an aspect of our life, to move into the next. Yeah, it's balancing out the yin and the yang. And for some of you, this is going to take you, where you're gonna be able to see the world, and beneath that, it's judgment. Yeah. So it's like, remember, judgment. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. This is where a lot of people are going to be surprised as to who is resurrected on that day. Because a lot of people, a lot of us are willing to fool others as to if we are doing our will, we're living in our purpose. But on this day, Judgment Day, a day of reckoning, we'll be looking around to see certain people and we're going to be surprised that they didn't make it. Because they thought that they were fooling God, but in fact, they were only fooling themselves. They thought they were fooling people. But there's going to come a day when, yes, everybody, like they always say, every tub must sit on its own bottom. So this is not about us playing small, settling just to make other people happy. So I hope you enjoy this. Until next time, take care and be blessed.